In the deepest reaches of space, where the very concept of time seems to fade and the fabric of reality feels thinner, Voyager 1 continues its lonely voyage. Launched when disco ruled the Earth and mankind had never considered smartphones or the internet, this spacecraft has outlived its creator's wildest dreams. But what if its most crucial message was not delivered in its early years? What if, right now, almost 5 decades later, in the frozen silence beyond the heliosphere, Voyager 1 has stumbled upon something impossible? Recently, NASA scientists monitoring the spacecraft's transmissions noticed something strange, something that defies engineering, logic, and everything else we thought we knew about deep space. This isn't just a glitch. This is an anomaly, a signal that doesn't belong. And what makes it truly terrifying is that Voyager 1 may not have sent it alone. As we dive into this mystery, one question hangs heavy over the scientific community. Is Voyager 1 in communication with something or someone out there? Voyager 1's journey began on September 5, 1977, as a component of the ambitious intent to investigate the outer planets. Its initial objective was modest: collect data from Jupiter and Saturn, send back a few high-resolution images, and then fade into history. But Voyager wasn't built to die quietly. Thanks to a rare planetary alignment, it used gravitational slingshots to boost its path into the unknown, becoming the first man-made object to enter interstellar space. For 45 years, it has sent back priceless data on cosmic radiation, plasma waves, and magnetic fields operating far beyond its expected lifespan. Today, Voyager 1 is more than 15 billion miles away from the planet, yet it remains stubbornly alive. It uses a dwindling power source, a radioactive isotope generator, to keep a few essential tools online. And through NASA's Deep Space Network, it still whispers to us across the void. The data is slow and the signal is weak, but the legacy is monumental. However, nobody expected that its latest message would be its most shocking. In early 2022, something strange happened. NASA engineers noticed that Voyager 1 was transmitting a repetitive stream of data, an endless loop of binary code that made no sense. At first, they assumed a fault in the telemetry system, a glitch, perhaps. After all, this was a spacecraft in operation for 45 years in hostile space. But the deeper they looked, the more unsettling things became. The signal wasn't random. It had structure. Even more troubling, it seemed to come from a computer on board Voyager that hadn't functioned in decades. Engineers scrambled to redirect the data flow, and eventually they restored normal communication. But the remaining question was, how did the probe decide to reroute its signal through a ruined system? Under normal conditions, built-in fail-safes would prevent that. There were no error alerts, no warnings. It was as if Voyager 1 had intentionally rerouted its data without human command, a rogue maneuver that seemed, in every way, impossible. Whereas the issue itself raised eyebrows, what followed next turned skepticism into silent fear. When data transmission resumed, the readings were different. Voyager 1's sensors began reporting energy fluctuations unlike anything previously recorded, patterns in the interstellar medium, oscillations not explained by the magnetic field or plasma density. And embedded within the signal, a faint, unnatural pulse, not cosmic noise, but a deliberate rhythm, a beat almost like a fingerprint etched into the fabric of space. NASA, trying to downplay the implications, suggested possible instrumentation degradation, but internal memos and leaked communications painted a different picture. A few scientists, off the record, admitted that the data pattern resembled artificial interference, as if Voyager had passed through or near a zone of technology not made by human hands. The probe didn't just stumble into the gloom. It brushed up against something structured. With the anomaly growing harder to explain, NASA turned to machine learning. An AI system was trained on decades of Voyager data to isolate irregularities. What it found shocked the research team. The pattern embedded in the signal bore eerie similarities to coded transmissions, almost as if it were a handshake protocol, an attempt at contact. But from where? And why now, after so many silent years? A Nobel Prize-winning physicist brought in as a consultant reportedly warned that the data pattern resembled what some theoretical models had anticipated for non-human species communication. If true, this wouldn't just be the most important discovery in the history of Voyager. It could be the single most transformative moment in human civilization. The world holds its breath as NASA prepares to release a statement. But some are already asking, are we prepared for what Voyager 1 may have found? As scientists dug deeper into the signal, something even more bizarre emerged. By running spectral analysis through Voyager's telemetry archive, researchers realized that this wasn't the first time a similar anomaly had emerged. There were faint traces, echoes, if you will. In older transmissions from years ago, they had been dismissed as noise, static. But now, with fresh eyes and improved AI interpretation compared to the past, anomalies began to form a chain, a breadcrumb trail across deep space, pointing to a single direction, a region just beyond the heliopause, where solar winds end and the true interstellar medium commences. That area, previously thought to be barren, now appears to house an energy field unlike any we've cataloged. It pulses, it moves, and it seems to react subtly to the presence of Voyager 1. It's as if the probe wasn't simply traversing a random region of space, but as if something there had been waiting and watching. And now, it's seen us, it's starting to respond. One of the most bizarre aspects of this encounter lies in something that could rewrite the rules of physics. When researchers adjusted for Doppler shift and examined the timing of Voyager's transmissions, they discovered a delay that did not conform to the expected trajectory, a delay that shouldn't have been possible unless time itself had been distorted. One hypothesis floated inside NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory is staggering: that Voyager 1 could have crossed a temporal boundary, a zone in space where time and causality behave unexpectedly. This isn't just fringe speculation. The data suggests that Voyager's own onboard clock was offset by milliseconds that simply don't add up. Some engineers believe the probe may have experienced time dilation, not due to speed, but due to being close to a mysterious gravitational or energy anomaly. And in that case, if this is true, then what Voyager 1 is saying might not be happening now. It might already have happened. Or worse, it might be something yet to come. Let's not forget Voyager 1 didn't leave Earth empty-handed. It carried with it the golden record, a picture disc containing images, sounds, music, and messages from humanity, a hopeful introduction to whoever or whatever might find it. It was, for decades, considered a poetic gesture, not a real attempt at contact. However, in the context of this recent encounter, the golden record takes on new weight because buried deep within the anomaly's signal was a frequency one that matches the tone used to encode sections of the golden record, not by coincidence but by reference. It's as if something out there had received the message and was now replying in kind of reverse signature, a handshake that had been waiting for us to listen. This raises a nagging concern. If something has received our message, how long has it been decoding it? How long has it been watching? And why wait until now to respond? Then, there is silence. After the pulse, after the strange routing of data, after the impossible oscillations and mysterious tones, Voyager 1 returned to its normal stream routine telemetry as if nothing had ever happened. But the team at NASA is convinced this isn't over. They're watching, listening, analyzing. Because silence, in this case, doesn't mean absence. It denotes decision. Whatever Voyager 1 encountered chose not to reveal everything at once. It left us a sliver of the truth, just enough to make us question, just enough to refocus our attention. Perhaps that was the point all along, to wake us up, to remind us that beyond the veil of stars, there are things moving, watching, waiting. And now that we've heard, the real question is, are we ready to listen? Voyager 1 has existed for decades, floated through the cosmos as our silent messenger, a bottle inserted into the galactic sea, carrying our voice across the stars. But maybe that bottle didn't simply drift. It may have been found. And maybe the response has finally arrived. What Voyager 1 experienced in deep space: a signal that can't be sent, a fabricated rhythm, a response that breaks our understanding of physics. Wasn't just random noise. It was deliberate, structured, purposeful. And then, just like that, silence, as if whatever was out there wanted to remind us of its presence but not yet reveal its full intentions. This wasn't contact in the way we imagine: no glowing saucers, no thunderous announcement. It was subtle, mathematical, a quiet tap on our cosmic shoulder asking, "Are you really ready for the truth?" Because if this is true, if Voyager 1 really did make contact, then everything we thought we knew about our place in the universe was rewritten. It's possible that cosmic isolation is over and the era of cosmic awareness has just begun. If this story stirred something inside you, if you felt even a flicker, don't let fear, awe, or wonder take over. Don't let this message be lost. Subscribe to the channel because what's coming next will shake science's very foundations. Share this video before the signal fades and tell us in the comments, what do you think Voyager 1 really encountered out there? Because the universe just whispered and now it's your turn to answer.